Again, we're continuing with the theme that we've been on all this week. Remember that the evil one, first and foremost in his descriptor, as the Lord spoke of him, he was a murderer. Murder, in terms of human life, means that we take the life of another. But what is murder in relationship to the God who created us? First of all, the devil murdered. Think how many angels, a third of the angels went with him. He divorced them from the life, the purpose, the call, their created order, what they were created to be a part of. He murdered them. They'll be forever separated from God in a place that was set aside for their own punishment in Matthew 25:41. When a person buys into the devil's belief system, he's a liar and the father of lies, he has murdered them, meaning that they themselves lose their relationship with their Creator. And they're separated from Him, not only in this life, but forever, as a result of that decision. This is who He is. This is what His nature does. And for us to express this in terms of human conditions, for us to belittle another person to the point that our belief system diminishes their right or privilege to live, it's evil. Now, I'm not talking about justice in terms of justice being met. The Bible is very clear when it comes to the rights that we have as human beings. One of those rights is that we have the right to live out our life. And we have the right to make choices as long as it's not harmful to other people. I'm talking about actively and aggressively harmful. We're not supposed to steal from another. We're not supposed to take from another person or to harm another person for any personal gain. We're not supposed to do that. We know that. It's scriptural. And I don't need to go through all those commandments that we find in, for example, in Exodus 20 and the 10 Commandments. We don't need to go through that. But one thing that we do know is this, is that when Jesus Christ was ready to go to the cross in John 13:1, He loved His own, the ones that were in the world, to the uttermost. No limit. There was no restriction to His love. Even Judas, even the one that would betray Him, He had great love for him. Even the thief on the cross beside Him, even those that crucified Him, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. Even the centurion that was part of the brutality of His crucifixion, at the end of this event would say, surely this was the Son of God. Why? Because God's love expresses itself in respect for those people or those creatures created in His image and likeness. Now, I believe that there's a vast amount of disagreement that we can have with the culture that we live in. And we should be able to express that biblically and give you our reasoning behind it, both logically and biblically. And I believe that if it's left in that arena, I have said oftentimes, I believe that Christianity will always, the biblical philosophy will win the day. Why? Because it respects people. But we're never to be a part of an attitude or an action that demeans, belittles, or even diminishes the value of another human being, ever. If so, we've deviated from the one who saved us. Remember, we were all given mercy. In Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 1 through 5, literally, God mercied us. It was a result of His great love, not a result of our actions or doings. It was just, He mercied us. And the mercy that we've received in Luke 6:36, we're to give to others. And the forgiveness that we've been given, the kindness we've been shown, is to motivate us to be kind and forgiving to other people in Ephesians 4:32. And so it goes down the line. The fact that we've been the recipients of a gift of grace. When Paul says in 1 Corinthians 4:7, what have you received that you didn't receive as a gift? Everything we have, we've been given. So we look at the world and we realize that all of us, we're just the ones that became aware of this reality. But that reality is there for every human being. And we live our life trying to express the kindness of the one who saved us to others. And if we can do that, it doesn't mean we agree. It doesn't mean that we condone behavior. It doesn't mean that there aren't, if you will, outcomes for bad behavior. None of that. That doesn't mean that justice is off the table or discipline should be removed. None of that. But how is it enacted? Is it done in kindness? Is it done with an aspect of love and respect? Or is it just harshness and the demeaning of a person? We have to ask ourselves. Now is a time in this culture that we're in, at this time in history, for us to show the respect that we have for the God that loved us and saved us by showing that same kindness and respect, even in our disagreements, as vast as they are, with those that we disagree with. And if we can do that, then we're not part of, I guess we could say, we wouldn't be part of the crowd that Jesus would say, you're of your father, the devil. He was a murderer. He didn't abide in the truth. He was a liar from the beginning. He added to his own nature by disagreeing with the one who created him, and he encouraged others to do so also. Let's not add to our nature hatred or animosity or vindictiveness or, if you will, arrogant, proud, condescending, hypocritical spirit. Let's live out the relationship that we have with our Creator who saved us. Let's live it out. Let's live it out loudly and let people see that while we disagree, we still have great respect and a love that comes from the one who created them and also died for them, who gave us life and offers life to all. Whosoever believes. Till next time, friends, God bless you.